For Donald Trump, the road to the elections has just become a bit more straightforward. That's after a Manhattan court on Friday postponed the former president's sentencing in his so-called hush money case. It will now take place on November 26th, exactly 3 weeks after US elections. Trump immediately reacted, welcoming the decision.
Everyone realizes that there was no case because I did nothing wrong. It's a witch hunt. It's an attack by my political opponents in Washington, D.C.
In his 4-page ruling, Judge Juan Merchan said he wanted a sentencing free of any election distractions and to avoid the unwarranted perception of political motive.
I think what the judge did here is said, I am going to give this defendant a fair shot either way, that no matter what, this court is going to continue to be impartial. And even if there's any inkling of impropriety, we're going to dispel that.
Back in May, Trump was convicted on 34 counts of falsifying records over a payment by his ex-lawyer to silence porn star Stormy Daniels over an alleged affair with Trump before the 2016 election. He was set to be sentenced in July this year, but that was delayed when the Supreme Court ruled, as a former president, he enjoyed broad immunity from criminal prosecutions. Using this argument, his lawyers tried to get the conviction dismissed, with the immunity ruling now set for November 12th, 2 weeks before his new hush money sentencing date.
If the judge agrees with Trump and says that the immunity decision applies and this case should be thrown out, for lack of a better word, then the case will not have a sentencing. If, however, the judge does not agree with Trump, then there will be a sentencing.
While this latest postponement represents good fortune for Trump, it also brings complications ahead of the runoff with Kamala Harris.
The delay spares Trump the specter of being in court and possibly ordered to jail in the final weeks of his campaign to take back the White House. On the other hand, it means that voters will have to cast their ballots without knowing whether the Republican nominee could be going to jail.
Facing several legal challenges at once, Trump was also in court earlier on Friday over a case of sexual assault and defamation brought by writer E. Jean Carroll, in which he's been ordered to pay $5 million in damages.